So if you haven't somehow adopted AI in some capacity to your everyday workflow or a process, you might want to pause and just think about a way you can pivot. It's getting so good right now, it's making one of my disciplines that I use on a regular basis almost seem laughable in some instances. I recommend that you stick around for the entirety of this video because I'm going to show you something and you can decide what's what. Now, this summer, there was a lot going on, and it's quite possibly one of the busiest for me on record as far as summits and meetups and conferences and things like that. The Laravel conference that took place in Denver, there was a lot of products and tooling mentioned, but one thing that particularly caught my eye was something that was mentioned by Ashley Hindle. Laravel has always been pretty good at making exceptional tools to make the framework and the ecosystem a lot better. This one was particularly interesting because of the way it works with other LLMs and the Laravel ecosystem. Now, what makes this one kind of really unique, guys, is that there's a lot of generated documentation and things specific to the Laravel ecosystem and framework. And I was kind of like a little skeptical in the beginning because I wasn't sure, because there's a lot of other tools out there that kind of, do the same thing. But when I got to using this, because it's only been out for a couple of days now, I started realizing that this really caters to the Laravel ecosystem. And once you set it up and get it working, the Laravel specific information with the LLM that you want to choose makes making applications and using the framework like just insanely easy. So at the end of the day, the LLMs will interact with this model context protocol, which will give them specific set of instructions to and access to certain systems and tooling and basically external data sources so that they give you a more accurate representation, whatever you're looking for, whatever you're trying to do, which is really nice. So just to clarify, guys, this is not the only MCP tool out there. There's a lot of MCP tooling, whether you're using PayPal, Notion, Figma, some API. You can just choose the one that you want to work correctly with your LLM. But this one is geared specifically towards the Laravel community, and I'm going to show you how this works. All right, let's start by opening up our terminal. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new Laravel project. I'm going to say new Laravel. I'm going to call this one BB. And for the starter kit right now, I'm just going to go choose Livewire. And I'm going to keep everything simple. We're going to use the built-in authentication. And we're going to say no to Volt. And we're going to use Pest for our testing. Okay, guys, so just as a side note, I'm using Herd here, and I'm going to use Claude LLM as my language learning model. And then I'm going to actually use PhpStorm as my IDE. And I'm going to get that set up for you guys. So we're going to CD into our project. And in this instance, it's just BB. I'm going to clear this. Like I had mentioned before, I'm going to use PhpStorm to open up my project. So we're just going to open up PhpStorm right here. No surprises, guys. Just a regular standard Laravel project using Livewire, Pest, and all the choices that we made when we were generating the project. And if we head over to the browser, we'll see that our project is working correctly. So we're going to be back over here inside of our terminal, guys, and I'm going to install Claude Code. Now, I already went ahead and did this. So if you don't know how to install Claude, you can check out one of the videos on the channel, and I'll show you how to do that. But the command is really this. It's npm install -g Anthropic Claude Code. So right now we have Claude working, and we want to give Claude some context about our project or our application. So the command for that is just init. So we're going to use that one. So we're going to escape out of this one, and we're going to say /init, and we're going to allow Claude to initialize a new claude.md file within the code base in the documentation. So we're going to run that. So at this point, Claude is very smart, and it knows what IDE I'm currently using. So already Claude Code is pretty good, and it does have some context about our project. Let's go over to our IDE and see what's different. Actually, before I do that, let's just create another tab over here. And I'm going to say inside of our project, I'm going to say get init. So basically, this is useful for just tracking some of the changes that Claude's going to make inside of this project. And we're going to clear this as well. So let's go back over to our IDE and see what's changed. So if I click on the claude.md file over here, we'll see that Claude's kind of got an understanding or some context about what is inside of our project, what it's using, and what its structure is like. All right, so where it gets interesting, or where it gets pretty sweet, is we're going to go over to Laravel Boost, and we're going to install this AI starter kit. So at this point, we've installed Laravel Boost via Composer. And if we go and check our composer.json file, we'll see that Boost is installed here. And once you run that command, then we'll be able to install the guidelines and the MCP server. So not defined, you know what? I got this backwards. So it'll be PHP artisan Boost install. So I'll type that backwards. Okay, so at this point right now, Boost wants to install the Boost MPC server with the 15 other tools, the Boost AI guidelines, which is important for Laravel, inertia, and more. So you could go down here and select this one as well. But for now, we're going to keep the two. We're going to hit enter and we're going to proceed. So right now, if we go into our project, we have some new files that have been added, and we'll see what's new. is there's this .mcp JSON file. It adds the MCP servers, and in this case, it's Laravel Boost. Now, if we go and check our Claude.md file, remember in the beginning, it had some context initially around the application, and it asked us to trust Claude to go through and look at what the project is and what it's doing and how Claude can be prepared to help us when we're making requests. So right about here is where Claude kind of ended. But if we go a little further down, we now see the Laravel Boost guidelines. We have all these different guidelines that have added for us here. Foundational context, conventions, verification scripts, replies, and it goes on. And so what Claude now has in the Claude.md file provided by Laravel Boost is a lot more context around the project. Now, you can edit these at any time. You can change them. You can restrict them. You can remove whatever you feel that is necessary for the scope of the project that you're doing. And in this case, I'm using a Livewire project. So, this works for inertia projects, starter kits, Vue, whatever you're working with. And because I'm in PhpStorm and it recognized that there's another agent here, it also added Junie. So I already have this installed. So JetBrains has its own coding agent, and this one's called Junie. And you can just get it from the marketplace here, guys. You can go to the marketplace, look it up, install it, and get set up. Now, Junie by default, I think it uses ChatGPT version 5, so the latest version of ChatGPT as its LLM. And it also provided Junie with another MCP file here and the guidelines. So the guidelines are set here for Junie, and it follows the same 15 plus tools and documentations, regulations, and rules concerning a Laravel project. But Junie is going to be using a different LLM, a different learning language model. In this case, I think the default is, once again, ChatGPT version 5. So at this point, you're really not restricted to a specific LLM. You can choose whatever you want, but note that Junie by default uses ChatGPT version 5 as of this week, I think. And I'm using Claude Code here, so Claude gets its own MD file. Junie will also get its own MD file and guidelines. And the .mcp JSON file is provided by Laravel Boost, which adds more context to Claude on top of the context that Claude has already went through. So really what you're going to get here is more accurate results, probably less hallucinations. You're going to get things and be very surprised with the results that you're going to get when you give it a request. And it's going to have context around what you're asking it. You got to be careful when you're giving it the ability to do what it does, because sometimes when you give it full reign, it'll do things and it will make mistakes. So that's one of the reasons why you want to use Git to track some of the changes. So in case something goes really wonky and it's not what you expect, and you're managing this thing and you're keeping an eye on it, you can always roll back and get back to the changes that were working or whatever was useful for you at the time. So right now, this is really good. Our AI agents are set up. We have the right context for Laravel. And now we can start, coding and working on our application. So this tool is also very useful, and it's just the Laravel Debug Bar. And make sure that you're going to use this in dev. So don't use this in production, as it will give away information that you probably don't want people to see in production. And once you run that and install it, you'll have an additional tool on top of the tools that you have to help you make the right decisions and work with your application and keep the LLMs a little bit honest, or pretty much doing what is the best thing for your application. So let's go take a look at that. We'll jump into the browser. I'll do a quick refresh. And right here is the tool at the very bottom here. And this is basically the Laravel Debug Bar. I recommend this, guys, if you're using it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know about this already. It's not a new tool, but for those of you who don't know about it, this is one of the things I think you should also have while you're working with your applications. And also, if you're using Herd Pro, you're going to have access to a bunch of other tooling as well that's going to help you work with your project. So this is where it was kind of asking you whether you wanted to use the Herd MCP. So you're going to have Herd mail, perhaps dumps, you're going to have logs, things like that. So these three things, I guess these things combined, is really what makes this such a really good experience to use, because you now have a little more control. The LLMs have a lot more context about what you're trying to create and how you're trying to create that. And you'll be really surprised with some of the results. So right now, I'm just going to kind of leave this as is. This is the installation process. We got everything set up. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put together something kind of meaningful, a little more real world. And we're going to ask it to help us. And the nice thing about it, it's going to understand everything that we've given it with the rules that we've given it. And with Claude, you can go jump back into say plan mode, and you can give it a bunch of instructions, maybe single oriented tasks that it can just do really well and just incrementally add to whatever you're doing. And you'll find the experience with these LLMs and these coding agents to be really nice. Now, I haven't tried this with GPT and Junie because it's only been out for a couple of days and I'm using Claude a lot. So I thought, you know what, let's just use it with something that I'm familiar with and, add Laravel Boost, see how that goes. And then, mess around with the other ones and see which one's kind of better or what works well for whatever scenario I'm trying to do. I'm going to create code myself and then I'm going to let the LLMs look at that code and then see how they analyze that. And then I'm going to try to make changes to certain things and give you guys a better snapshot of how this can be more practical or useful.